At 62, I never imagined I would wear white again. After 12 years of widowhood, loneliness, and quiet dinners for one, I stood in a grand ballroom holding the hand of a man half the room believed didn't belong there. My name is Margaret Hale. And this was the day my own son humiliated me in front of 380 guests. The chandeliers sparkled. The orchestra played softly. Every detail had been paid for with my savings because I wanted dignity. Nothing extravagant, just beautiful. Beside me stood Arthur Reed, my new husband. A retired civil engineer. Simple suit. Calm eyes. Hands shaped by decades of honest work. When the officiant asked for blessings, my son Evan stood up. He laughed. "Let's be clear," he said loudly. "This man is not my father. He's a nobody. A gold digger." Laughter erupted, from my daughter-in-law's family. I felt my knees weaken. Arthur squeezed my hand once. That was when everything changed. Arthur leaned close and whispered, "Margaret, may I speak after this?" I nodded, barely breathing. The ceremony ended in silence. Before anyone could react, I stood up. "You are all leaving," I said, my voice shaking but loud. "Now." Security hesitated, until Arthur nodded. Guests were escorted out. Evan screamed. My daughter-in-law Lena cried theatrically. When the doors finally closed, Arthur turned to me. "I need to tell you something," he said calmly. "I am not who they think I am." That night he told me the truth. Arthur Reed was a silent partner in 3 international infrastructure firms. A billionaire. He never told me because he wanted to be loved, not used. And what he planned next would test everyone. Arthur did nothing publicly. No revenge. No lawsuits. Just silence. 2 weeks later, Evan's world collapsed. His startup lost funding. His credit lines vanished. His luxury lease was terminated. Not because Arthur attacked him, but because Arthur stopped protecting him. I learned the truth. Arthur had quietly guaranteed Evan's loans years ago, out of love for me. Without that safety net, reality hit. Evan showed up at my door at 3 a.m. Drunk. Broke. Angry. "You ruined my life," he yelled. I looked at my son and saw a stranger. Evan begged for money. I said no. Instead, I gave him something else. A lawyer. A counselor. A rehabilitation center. "You will rebuild your life the right way," I said. "Or not at all." He laughed bitterly. "You chose him over me." "No. Irraplia. I chose integrity over entitlement." I closed the door and cried until sunrise. 6 months passed. Arthur and I moved to a quiet coastal town. No headlines. No luxury posts. Just peace. One morning my phone rang. "Margaret," my friend whispered. "Turn on the news." There he was. Evan. Standing in a community center. Sober. Humble. "I lost everything," he said on camera. "But losing my mother's respect almost destroyed me." My heart cracked open. A week later, a letter arrived. Not a text. Not an email. A handwritten letter. 12 pages. No excuses. No blame. Just accountability. "I am learning how to be a man," he wrote. "Even if you never forgive me. Thank you for letting me fall." Arthur held me as I cried. I gave Evan my number. We spoke once a week. Awkward. Painful. Honest. He worked construction. Cleaned floors. Paid debts. Slowly respect returned. Then he asked the hardest question. "Can I see my children again?" We worked through lawyers and therapists. Carefully. Slowly. Correctly. 1 year later, Arthur and I renewed our vows. Small ceremony. Ocean breeze. No extravagance. Evan stood in the back. Afterward, he approached Arthur. "I was wrong," Evan said. "You're a better man than I was." Arthur shook his hand. "Be better than yesterday," he replied. "That's all that matters." Arthur and I created the Hale Reed Foundation, helping older women abandoned by their families. Purpose replaced pain. One night, Evan paid back every dollar Arthur had ever covered. Not asked. Not reminded. Earned. I texted him 3 words. "I'm proud of you." Lying beside Arthur, I realized something. My life didn't change when I married a billionaire. It changed when I learned my worth. Love isn't rescue. Motherhood isn't sacrifice without limits. And strength isn't loud. It's quiet. It's firm. And it chooses dignity, even when it hurts. If you're listening to this story today, remember, sometimes the wedding that breaks you is the beginning of the life that finally belongs to you.